my God!
One of the plays of the year.
Good morning, Ultimate fans. Welcome back to Ultimate Canada High School Invitational. My name is Andrew Portwine.
And I'm Mika.
Welcome back. We have a tasty matchup here. We have Nepan High School in white.
And we've got Bowmanville High School in dark.
And just before we get the opening poll, I'd like to take this opportunity to do a land acknowledgement. We're here at Downsview Park in Toronto, which is the traditional lands of the Wendat, Haudenosaunee, Seneca, and Mississaugas of the Credit. We appreciate the relationship that is ongoing with the land to this day.
So we had Nepean starting with the pole in the middle now, went out of bounds. Just working it up. A nice grab by Watson, number 11. And a huge huck, but just too low to the ground to be caught.
So for those tuning in, we've had a morning of rain, pretty heavy downpour earlier on in the day. It's now just sort of misty, a little wind rolling in, but it is pretty chilly. So you can see these hands and fingers are going to have some white knuckles and difficult catches.
Yes, I see lots of gloves on today. So one of those days.
So Nepean with the disc.
Yeah,
moving it.
Bowmanville doing a bit of a zone, trying to trap it down.
Lumley with the disc here on the sideline, looking confident. His father, one of the coaches on the team as well. So always a good experience, you know.
For sure.
His father wanted me to say his son's living in the shadow of his father here, trying to play some ultimate. I don't know, maybe boosting it a little bit there. But
Nepean trying to work it up the field, but being pushed back slightly, stuck on the sideline.
Bowmanville with a strong zone, really doing
very strong.
Nice job holding and containing Nepean.
But Nepean doing a good job of breaking through. They've worked it back up a little bit more now, finding those holes. And
Excellent
a great grab.
Sammy Tenden, not afraid to get down on that cold, wet turf. Lumley with nice fakes.
Yeah, they've moved it up quite a bit, breaking through the zone and being patient with it and trusting their players.
Toe in the sideline. Excellent looking down, checking that footwork. Nice casual reset. So confident in that throw.
Super fast, too. Moving it and tiring out their zone.
Nepean really a lot of throws, a lot of touches, but so controlled, methodical. They're just working this up the field.
Being super patient with it.
There we go. We see our first forward pass through the zone. Bowmanville maybe getting a little tired in that cup. They've been doing a lot of running. The high release confidence again. Yesterday we had a little wind.
Great
that would have been long gone.
And still passing it up.
Good recovery from Bowmanville. That one was through the cup. Should have had an opportunity for a break, but good recovery. Again, Nepean, well structured, well coached, clearly have learned the lesson on what they're doing here to play against a zone.
The zone's getting a little tired, so if Nepean can keep pushing it up.
We can see here in the backfield, it's Kira Watson taking position as that safety valve just in case high stall counts. Commentator jinx on that one. I say the name and leads to a turnover, so I will not call it any more names today, perhaps.
Yeah, but Bowmanville working it up now. And it's a goal. Number 11, Watson. Already a key player just on the first point there.
So 1-0 Bowmanville, they took advantage of that turnover. They got the disc around midfield. It was maybe 4 or 5 passes, and they're in the end zone. Pretty clinical.
Yeah, and their zone not giving up at all.
Bowmanville's had a very strong tournament. Sorry to cut you off. I think yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, they gave up, I believe, 3 points for the day in 3 games.
Wow.
Maybe 5, but very strong day. They've been steamrolling through their opponents. So Nepean has really looked well so far, but they know they're in for a fight today.
Yeah, and just watching them on the sideline, just throughout our breaks, high energy, and it looks like a great team effort throughout the whole game that I had watched.
You know, we say the great results, but Bowmanville has a few grade 9 players. I think there's 4 or 5 on the team. So they also have some young players that are contributing to the strong start to this tournament for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. And imagine what they'll be like next year and the year after that. So we got a pull coming in. A nice pull.
It's tight to the sidelines.
Yeah, just slightly out of bounds there.
Yep, just out of bounds. Can see our observing crew signaling that.
So they'll be bringing it to the middle.
Bowmanville also has a nice coaching staff that are giving us a little buffer zone, so we have some right away on the visuals to the field.
Super nice.
Well done. I believe that was Coach Chris Beatty from Bowmanville doing a little favor for us, so thank you, Coach.
Yeah, and a nice grab by number 9 to keep that disc alive.
Yeah, Andreev. Can see Nepean, they're being very active. Just as I say that, I hear Coach Carlos Crackers Bouse in the background saying, "Get active, be active." But Nepean's been very active in moving the disc.
Definitely.
Thus far.
And super patient. A nice cut.
You can see Bowmanville, they're still running a zone, but they've switched and put a taller mark into the cup now. I believe it was 3 ladies that were in the cup on the previous point. So maybe trying to slow down a little bit of that disc movement.
Yeah, but Nepean breaking over that zone and getting the open shots.
Little scooper over the middle. Again, confidence exuded there. Bowmanville turning the field. There is a deep strike with some separation, but they don't take advantage of it immediately. Content to play the short game.
A nice cut.
Both teams content to use the full width of the field here. Bowmanville a little bit stuck on the sideline, but throughout the game, like both teams have been swinging and trying to use the full width of the field. Nepean not wasting any time getting that disc moving and getting off the sidelines.
Yeah, and that disc saved. It wasn't. And observer calling that out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Could see the look Dobson's face. I think she knew it when she looked down.
Yeah.
Maybe hoping to sneak one past the observer.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Right in front of us, too. I saw that out immediately.
Nice hands. Number 17 from Bowmanville. Continuing to work it on this near sideline. I'm sure they're would be happy to get that off and centered into the middle of the field. Looks like a turnover, overshot the receiver in the end zone. As I was saying, they're kind of jamming it up this near sideline. They really need to center it and get themselves a little width of the field and space to use. Timeout called.
Yep. Good call. It was a long point, so just recollecting themselves and figuring out what they want to do next, how to break the zone.
You can see a couple of the Nepean players with deep breathing, so they've been working hard. For those that are watching, the air is actually pretty humid and thick here. You know, it's misty, so when you're running, it's kind of hard to breathe. You know, you're getting that thick air. So while we have a moment, we want to talk about the coaches on both of these teams. I'll go with Nepean first. Nepean has a coaching crew of Carlos Bouse, Julie Finley, who's nicknamed Fats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that is a PHAT. I don't want to get in trouble by people thinking that's a different way. Kathy Jenkins, Sean Walter, and Owen Lumley, all high-level players during their careers in their own right, and now they're transitioning to coaching and leading these young people. So that's a great staff to have been backing that team.
Definitely, and Carlos, super well-known across Ottawa, but in general, Ontario and Canada. A great coach. Even in high school, he was coaching Nepean, and it was hard to beat them because of his great coaching.
And I believe he's a TC appointment now as well. So starting to make his mark on the international scene with Team Canada. So way to go.
Well deserved.
And then Bowmanville, we have Kevin McLeod, Chris Beatty, Sabrina Chapman, who is not too far out of her playing career, maybe is still playing, but coaching at the high school level, and Stacy and LP Blouin. Again, high-level players and very knowledgeable coaches. It's not a surprise that Bowmanville is executing so well during this event. So Nepean back in, got the action started while we were giving some coach love. Callie Abous, 91, getting every other disc here. Give and goes. She really is now getting every other disc. This is just going to be a Callie Abous show here, maybe for a few minutes.
Yeah, great popper there.
So the zone is really holding them down around the goal line as much as they're completing passes. They're going left, right, not really taking any chunk yardage downfield. We were fortunate enough to see a Callahan yesterday. Perhaps we're seeing a chance for one here too. Looks like a pretty solid zone.
Yeah, but they're moving it out of the end zone now, so using all their players across the whole field to get it out.
Callie Abous again in the middle of the field. I see Dobson over here open. She's asking for the disc. If they can go over the top, there it is. There's the breakthrough.
That is a beautiful
It's almost like I have some idea what's going on here. Wonderful spot. She found that soft spot.
Yeah, and to call it silently, not to move her defenders, was a great move.
So Nepean now out around center field with basically that one large gain. Give them a little breathing room. Lumley again here. Lumley, Fletcher, and Bouse in the backfield. They're basically working it among the three of them.
Yeah. Amazing push up the sideline there.
See the jump?
Yeah,
did clear the front of the goal line.
Yeah, that's a goal for Nepean. It's tied up now.
1-1. That was a nice bit of give and go work up the sideline once they got that big gainer to half. Give and go right up the sideline.
Yeah.
Just bang, bang, bang.
I mean, that patience is incredible. Starting in the other side of the field in the end zone and pushing it up all the way and not giving up. And that was a long point, so I know that must be tiring, and they're happy to get that.
I see a dog just behind us wearing the Bowmanville jersey as well, so they have fans of all types here supporting them.
Yeah, again, lots of family members and spectators here. Super nice to see the support.
So as I said, Bowmanville has been sort of steamrolling through day one of this tournament. I believe they shut a team out. I think they had a 3 and a 2 that they gave up. So I don't know that they've really even been in a tie game. I think they sort of pulled away right from the opening pull. So Nepean obviously is hanging with them 1-1 at this point in time. Be interesting to see how Bowmanville reacts to pressure on them. They haven't faced it yet this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, a great matchup because both are very strong teams.
Look
and
at
a great pull.
Callie Abous, I believe, with that pull.
Yeah.
That's an impressive pull.
And likewise, Nepean's now putting on his own. So we'll see how Bowmanville stops this.
Can see Bowmanville not afraid to throw right through that zone. Confidence in it with their handlers. Another shot upfield.
A super open player, so.
That's number 9 that's got the confidence back in the backfield.
Number 9, Kenter.
Can see it looks like number 9, number 24 in the backfield, and number 2 look like they're going to be the handling trio here to go against the zone.
Yeah, and a great way to recover that disc.
Number 2, it's Mara Averill in the backfield. We mentioned Kentner, number 9. 24 with nice hands right on cue as I'm about to call out his number there. Oh, that's Grady Averill. So that's a brother-sister combo in the
Yeah.
backfield. Maybe a little extra chemistry. Maybe
For
that's
sure.
something the coach knows that zone doing a good job. They've basically lost maybe 4 or 5 yards since the start of this play.
Yeah, but you can see them also doing similar things to Nepean, moving the disc, being patient. Even if they are taking steps back, they still have possession.
And there's the turn that zone hopes to generate.
That's exactly what Nepean wanted, and they got it right where they wanted it.
So Lumley with the disc, again looking confident, middle of the field. Not a lot of movement downfield. There's the cut out of the stack. Good separation as well.
A great breakthrough.
And a high release.
Yeah. That's the number 11 for the goal.
And it was called in. I just wanted to confirm that that observer was looking. So that was Fleming, number 11, as you said, with the goal. Two to 1 for Nepean right now. So let's see how Bowmanville comes out. This first time they've been trailing this tournament.
Yeah.
They've had a pretty strong season, and speaking with their coaches, they were quite pleased with the way their overall season is going. So again, let's see if they can deal with the adversity here. Nepean, team-wide, using everybody, looking like a very polished team.
Yeah, obviously great coaching, lots of practice, and I'm eager to see if they'll throw on his own again, because that definitely worked for that last point.
Can see Coach Carlos out there giving some instructions. Saw Lizzie Farquhar, number 8, running, sprinting to the line. So clearly eager to play.
For sure.
Wonder if that's maybe a defensive specialist or something for them. Given the speed she ran out there, maybe she'll be in the cup if they're going to put a zone on.
Great pull.
Zikovitz with the pull.
And it's in. Bowmanville immediately swinging it off the sideline.
That's a good find on a full field swing, going up line a little bit, gain some yardage. Now they're moving the disc quickly. That was a good, quick catch and release.
Yeah, that was a slight error, just a drop, but a great look through the zone.
Thank you to Coach Carlos for enforcing our no-fly zone
Directing
here. I'll use his words. Nepean, the disc. Lumley again, midfield.
Yeah, in the middle.
Disc on the middle of the field. Observer's just going to check what the count is. In theory, that's not a stoppage, but the players had already stopped, so effectively it was a forced stoppage on the stack.
And again, big thanks to our observers.
Yeah, we have Justin and Jeff today. Jeff making an appearance after skipping day 1.
Wow.
Excellent
a great
bid
attempt
on defense.
Yeah.
Nepean again, patient, nice and calm. Just look for the reset.
Wow.
That's a
goal.
That had to be very close to the front of the end zone, but Nepean with another goal.
Yeah, and that was number 3.
Number 3, Peyton Dickey. Thank you again for your young eyes. That was too far away from my visual acuity. Nepean, so calm, moving the disc again. You know, I feel like I've said that already, but they're using everyone. It's a team game, and it's showing.
Definitely, and getting those turnovers and being able to get those goals.
So Bowmanville, very confident in their players. The coaches haven't even gone out to speak to the line, so they call the line and send them out. Pedigree speaks. They know what they need to do.
Definitely. Let's see if it's anything different, how they're going to push through the Nepean defense.
Little confusion, I think, perhaps on the. Is it the gender ratio? No, maybe not.
No, just
maybe an injury or an
the
equipment
sub, yeah.
malfunction on one of the players from Bowmanville. So just a quick swap of players. The observer, I think, caught something maybe on cleats or a knee brace or something that was needing to be adjusted.
And that pull is beautiful. If it just out of bounds,
Out
but
of play.
lengthwise, super far.
It's unfortunate
it came
out
out
of play.
earlier.
You get to bring it so far forward
Yeah.
for that brick. Bowmanville, nice wide swing right across the field. Get that cup moving. Wind has died down, so Bowmanville should have some opportunity to really move the disc. See if Bowmanville can find one of these wings downfield to find that soft spot. I can see number 18 in front here, just trying to wait and see if someone's going to notice her. She found the spot. Oh, big layout to try and save that swing pass. Lumley again, not in any rush, sauntering up. Got Fletcher in the backfield, also directing some downfield traffic. There's a hammer.
And
excellent
the
D.
And then 24. Averill had dropped it earlier on trying to recover it and then got that D back. So putting in that effort and another timeout called.
That one may have been a little ambitious from Lumley. Not to say the hammer was a bad choice, but that one hung a bit too far to give that defender a chance to get in there. So
and
maybe a touch ambitious.
Yeah, his second handler open for that reset had he needed him, but great effort.
So Bowmanville taking the timeout. Bowmanville coming together after last point. I had said that the coaches just called the line and trusted the line. Now we're at a full timeout and they're bringing the full team together. So perhaps there was something they didn't like there. And again, I think the turnover was on a relatively open swing pass. So probably shouldn't have generated a turnover.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably more of a little settle down, follow through with your throws, look the disc in, the simple, basic things that you just need to remind players of.
Yeah, on their side, energy's a little low, so bringing that back up and using it.
Observers good and clear with their calls. Can hear them all the way over here at our perch.
And just explaining to the players again. Amazing that they're able to do that and teach young players rules.
So we saw earlier in the game, Bowmanville actually just sent someone deep. Oh, they were looking for a deeper shot right off the hop. I was going to say they had sent someone deep to just stand in the end zone to distract the deep defender from Nepan earlier. They weren't looking for that player, but just something to take another defender downfield.
Yeah. And a call called on the field there.
So that's interesting that Bowmanville tried to go deep right off of the set play. It's probably the first deep strike I've seen from them this game, whereas in yesterday's action, they did play more of a downfield game.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to get it out of the end zone there.
I think they were wondering whether the player that picked up the disc was actually in play on the first throw.
Yeah, he moved pretty fast to get that back in and going.
It's continued to Fletcher here in the middle of the field, so I'm guessing they assumed that his foot was in play and he had established a pivot.
Yeah.
So Fletcher with the disc.
And still throwing a zone immediately after that turn.
Nice little cut shot over the top. That's good touch on that throw. Nice bid.
Yeah,
number 11
attack
from Bowmanville just about had that. Little give and go action here. Lumley and Fletcher just working the field. Pretty clear they kind of want Lumley with the disc from the looks of things. He seems to be their focal point in the backfield.
Yeah, definitely. The patience on the doorstep is incredible.
Yeah, believe that's Dobson again in the backfield. A good position, always there as your reset. Not much action downfield. The handlers are almost forced to reset to each other because there's nothing happening downfield from the cutting crew.
Slightly moving backwards as well. It's not what they wanted.
Nice quick movement, full width of the field, get that defense moving, but there's nothing materializing downfield to capitalize on that cup being out of position.
Oh, man. A huge D
Nice
in the
D.
end zone.
That was a good read. I couldn't see the number, but excellent read to get through there. Number 24, I think that is.
Averill again.
Disc is getting a little stagnant on the Bowmanville side here. They're starting to look a little apprehensive with moving the disc quickly.
Yeah, and stuck on that sideline here.
There's a good quick relay off the sideline. But again, it's kind of stalls in the middle of the field.
A shot through the middle.
It's a nice shot through the middle, but there was nothing to string it together and continue to gain some yardage.
Again, number 11, Watson popping in and out of there, doing his job to help out his handlers.
Yeah, you kind of beat me to it. I was going to say the 11 for Nepan. Fleming doing a good job in the cup,
Yes.
moving well and getting the mark on. Pretty good height as well, so it's a nice option to have as a mark. Number 3, Peyton Dickey as well in the cup. And number 13, Kira Watson. The three of them doing a good job. Maybe starting to look a little tired now. You can see the legs getting a touch heavy. Bowmanville, I was about to say, had gained some yards. Now they're starting to go in the retreating direction. They've just dropped maybe 4 or 5 yards.
The zone's doing its job. And it's a turn.
Well done to that trio in the cup. They really did keep a strong cup for the vast majority of that, generate a turnover.
You can see Nepean setting up in a stack, but the zone being thrown on them.
Can see the zone set up for Bowmanville as well.
And super interesting to see. Usually when you're around that area by the end zone, you melt, but they're keeping on a zone.
You can see the top of the cup for Bowmanville. I believe number 13. I don't know if it's strategy, but she seems to be dropping back almost to the midfield instead of staying a little closer and being a visual deterrent for that handler as part of the cup.
And that's a goal for Nepean. I mean, that's their 3rd point in a row where they've turned it because of their zone defense. It's now 4-1, so quite a bit of a lead now.
4-1. That one was scored in the corner of the end zone that we have a little bit of a blocked view from our perspective. Again, we're a little short, so I couldn't see who scored it, but clearly Nepean puts one on the board.
You can hear their players coming off saying they're tired, but they're doing their job. So,
yeah, the 3 ladies in the cup, they definitely deserve to say they're tired. They were doing a lot of disc tracking and a lot of work on that point.
Yeah, and being able to get that turn where they wanted it, when they wanted it.
Believe I just heard a time violation on Bowmanville. Oh,
Yeah.
I see a player running out. So someone missed the assignment, but I hear a time violation, I believe, from the observer. I'm rusty on my rules, but I feel like if you get a couple, maybe 3, it turns into a card or an actual penalty. So the first one, a warning.
Got it.
That's just a case. I think the players have to listen for their name when they were being called. That landed in by about 6 inches from the looks of it.
I mean, great way to land.
It's a good job from Bowmanville. Go over the top. That cup was actually pretty strong.
And a quick turn there. Just dropped it. And they're playing man, so
Shot downfield from Nepan. That's a little bit out of the norm from what we've seen so far. They've been more the slow play, swing the disc. Bowmanville going straight back the other direction. Nice sky battle here.
Just out of his reach there. But I mean, they put it in the other side, so
they're going to make Nepean go the full field.
Yeah.
I will say that's the typical type of play I'm used to seeing Bowmanville. They stretch the field. They use their height and their athleticism.
Yeah, maybe that's something they need to start doing to get back up there.
I think we have a injury on.
Oh, a broken cleat.
Is it a broken cleat? Yeah. I thought maybe it was a cramp after the chase down on that. That's how you know you're a good defender. When you defend so hard, you blow through your cleat.
I've seen that happen once or twice. So
I've never played that much defense in my life. It was a nice chase down. The Bowmanville player had a lot of separation, so well-deserved cleat blowout on that defender to get down there. I won't mention the brand name. That's probably not a selling feature for that company.
No. Hopefully, I just hope someone has an extra pair of cleats for him.
So Kalia Baus on the sideline. Is that in play? Yes, that's in play. Excellent completion. Good hands. Good footwork.
And we see
that was Sammy Tenden on the sideline with the footwork.
Yeah, we see them playing man defense now, so that's something new. I'm wondering if that's something strategic that they wanted to do, or giving their cup a break. Wow, that's a foot block. She got her foot.
Yeah, I guess technically it's a foot block. It was still completed with a little momentum there. Going back to your point, I agree. It probably is strategic. Nepean obviously has been handling. Oh, wonderful run through D, number 55 from Bowmanville.
55. Shorts.
So I think it probably is strategic to switch from zone to man. The wind has gone, to person.
Yeah.
And Bowmanville, as I said earlier, on offense, they want to rely on their athleticism and their height mismatches typically on most teams. So why not do that on defense?
Exactly. And it's seemed to be working, shaking the Nepean's offense up a little bit. They're not used to this game, so
Kalia, as soon as she threw that, knew right away that was on her. She gave her head a little tap.
Yeah.
Not her first choice probably for the throw.
Yeah,
big
huge
bid
block
on that D.
Unfortunately, had no one.
So Kalia makes the interception, assumed she was in for the goal, started to celebrate. She had caught a goal, but it was actually a D at the goal line. Maybe she hit herself a little too hard on the head for the earlier mistake. Either way, she started some offense here for Nepean.
Yeah, moving it quickly up. Again, number 15 there for that disc.
And he's off. Getting separation, just give and go.
And they're calling it in.
Signaled in.
But
nice bid.
Wow, nice bid, yeah.
55 again. Feel like we just had a shout out to her.
Yeah. I mean, she's doing everything.
Getting down on the turf. I think if she caught that, she might have been out of bounds anyways, but still the effort's there. Timeout for White.
Yeah.
Some of these longer points, as you talked about, teams are staying out on the field for significant periods of time. I know back in my day, I was happy to play one offensive set, and if there's a turn, I don't know. I was pretty tired. I didn't want to play defense. Here you see these kids are playing defense 2 and 3 times through the course of 1 point.
Yeah. Good call to take that break.
So we'll see if Bowmanville stays with their changes. As you pointed out, they switched to person defense, which seems to have paid off. They generated a few turns and are getting some interceptions. We'll see if they start to play the long game again. These turnovers have been close to the end zone, so it's not really fair to say they haven't played the long game since the turnovers. But if they can get more to that vertical game that they're used to playing, It's 4-1 for Nepean. So also some quick strikes and those downfield will help to preserve some clock and put points on the board.
Definitely.
We have some St. Matthews players from another school in Ottawa that are watching. You can probably hear the excitement in the background on the bench. Coach is commenting on the stack here on the sideline. Looks like it's a diagonal stack across the field since they are starting on the cone.
Yeah.
Afford them some more room to make the plays.
I mean, good call.
Excellent
Shot
job.
down.
Just hammer that down to the ground. Number 3.
Crawford, number 3, with reading that.
It's a nice matchup that we just saw there. Nice contested catch. Working the sideline. And a goal for Bowmanville. Again, that corner, we just lose our sight line, but
yeah, unsure who caught it, but
Bowmanville, once they got the swing to this side, they worked that sideline for a couple of passes, obviously for the goal. They needed that 4-2. That's going to get their heads back up, chin up.
Yeah, even though Nepean called that timeout, Bowmanville really used it. And just that fast turnaround from that turnover and getting it into the end zone was amazing.
And we can see Bowmanville was starting to swarm on defense. That disc that went up on the far side of the field, they had 2 defenders there. It was number 3 that slammed it to the turf, but they had 2 people that were ready to make that D. So they're starting to swarm around the disc on the defensive side, which hopefully will transition to good offense, quick plays to score quickly. Got Coach LP Blouin here just giving a little feedback to one of the players, number 42, giving him some confidence. It's not even strategic. It's just telling him, good job, keep your chin up. Coach is wearing a lei today. I don't know if he just got back from Hawaii or he feels like this is tropical weather, but
yeah, they're all decked out. They've got hats on. Obviously, huge spirit.
And the pull is up. It's good, close to the sideline as it comes to rest. So maybe they can trap with a zone here on the sideline.
Yeah.
See if they go to zone, which it looks like they are. Maybe that's a purposeful setup as well. Nepean really stuck on this sideline. That zone is doing just what we said, trying to trap them over here and give them just that short field to work with.
And trapping on the sideline.
There we go. Nepean gets it around.
And you can hear the players on the sideline being very communicative about crashes.
Good fakes, getting the cup moving, but still not able to get through. There we go.
That's through the cup there.
Fletcher, I believe that is with the gain. Fletcher and Lumley trying to work that 2-person game that they were used to, but it's not able to work. This cup is doing a nice job.
What a grab. 13, I believe.
Watson got the glove on. Can tell it's a bit of a wet day.
Yeah, and she's been playing super well offensive and defensively today.
It's a nice solid zone from Bowmanville for the bulk of this point. They've really held them on this sideline, 1 or 2 swings out, but still nothing gained off of those. Chase down, signaled out of play.
Out,
so
unfortunately.
Great effort, but with no sideline, it's hard to even know where to drag a toe. So Bowmanville, just about the brick mark. Looking to put another one on the board here. There's a shot for the end zone.
Wow.
Lumley reads that beautifully. Having played with his father, that's the type of stuff I expect from a Lumley. Defensive stalwart.
Yeah, I mean, that was amazing. They are in the end zone now, so they need to get it out.
You can see Bowmanville's probably sniffing for a Callahan.
Especially with the zone. dangerous.
Well, and the way their zone has looked, they've really been shutting down Nepean. See if we can get our second Callahan for the week. Stretching the field, we can see, I believe that's Dickey that's stretching the field to take out a really tall defender in 24. So if anybody can draw someone back, they can maybe work the middle of the field a bit more.
Yeah, but just trapped on that corner sideline.
And there's
Wow,
a
nice
bit more
shot.
in the middle of the field. That's what they needed. Cup does a good job recovering.
Yeah.
But at least you have 5 or 10 yards of relief now in front of the end zone.
And great throws. It is a bit windy, so being able to execute clean throws.
And again, exactly what you want with the zone. Multiple touches. Eventually something negative will
Yeah.
probably happen for the offensive team.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a turnover. Throwaway.
So there's 24 that we were just talking about as a deep player. Oh, wide open.
Oh, there looks like there was a call, a pick.
I would think so. A player cannot be that open in the end zone
I
without
was
some form of
going to say.
pick or impediment.
So that is not a goal. Pick was called, so it goes back to thrower.
I will say for the player that caught it in the end zone, I can't see her number, but she has a clear height mismatch, number 13 for Bowmanville. They might want to isolate and try playing a high ball and let her just go up and get it.
Stolarek. Sorry if I
Stolarek, is that right?
Pronouncing.
Stolarek. But given the height mismatch, that might be a good isolation in the end zone.
Yeah, and again, she gets super open, but her team's in the way for that cut. A huge upline. I believe that was
That's the goal. Number 8.
Watson. So the sibling duo on the same line. That was a very nice upline cut to the end zone, and that's exactly what they were looking for.
There's a lot of sibling pairs on Bowmanville high school team, so most lines might have a sibling pair. I think I see 4 of them on the sheet there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if these coaches maybe are purposely pairing them up, just knowing, again, we said earlier, extra chemistry. They play together for so long.
Yeah, I mean, good call.
So we're at 4-3 right now for Nepean. Excellent patience and excellent recovery from Bowmanville. They were down, I believe, 4-1. They've got the last 2 points. They haven't been flustered. They put on a great zone and basically imposed their feel to the game. Excellent job.
Definitely not giving up and just heads high, still knowing that they're still in this and they're getting closer to where they want to be.
Well, we're talking about Bowmanville. I will say that I was told that they've raised $5,000 as the team, as part of the cancer research, as part of the Relay for Life. Their goal is $10,000. So if anybody out there is listening and you want to make a donation, if you go to the Relay for Life website and search for Bowmanville High School, you'll find that account. But yesterday, it was a sunnier, warmer day. Yesterday, the whole team did an ice bucket challenge to celebrate getting to the 50% milestone. So congratulations to the team doing good work off the field together as well. So 5,000 more to go until they hit their goal of 10,000.
Looks like there's a call on the field.
So Fletcher with the disc. So we see our usual suspects here with Bouse downfield this time instead of the backfield, but I see Fletcher, Lumley, Dobson, 61. So this line seems pretty solidified that they're going out as a group of 7 when the coaches call.
And they are playing man, so a little bit of change. Great cut.
Yeah, Fletcher got some separation. Well done downfield. A little overlap on the handler reset. So they go up line.
And 35 putting in that effort, those jukes to cut and get open.
Yeah, that's 10 Den, number 35. That's juking and getting open. Well, backfield and up line cuts.
Yeah.
Seems to be all over the place.
They get
Lumley
another
again.
great cut.
Such a big mismatch in the end zone there. Just big height from number 15.
Yeah.
We have a call. Thought I saw a hand signal for a travel.
Yeah, I think so.
Did the interceptor establish a pivot and then walk it up to the front of the end zone, maybe? A little discussion. I think that was 15 from Bowmanville, if I recall. Shakalar. Hopefully that's
Shakalar,
pronounced
yeah.
correctly. Shakalar, and he's going back. So I think he's going back into the end zone. So I think he did establish a pivot and then try to walk it up to the front of the end zone.
Yeah. It's coming in on stall 1, so.
And the disc is live. Excellent cut.
Yeah.
Number
Moved
12.
him out the way and cut up.
That's number 12. Nice slash cut. Gets it back.
55. Huge
Going deep.
hook. Wow.
Got 2 strikers. Big layout grab. What a grab. Full stretch into the end zone and hung on during impact with the ground.
That's incredible. And they've tied it up now with that beautiful goal. And that huck was amazing.
When it went up, they had 2 strikers with separation. It was a matter of communication so that they didn't impede each other as teammates and let one person make it. I think that was number 3. He seems to be getting a lot of hugs over there. Is that Crawford, I believe? Yeah, Liam Crawford.
Yeah.
Just full stretch. What a grab.
That effort, and now they're back in the game, and they've tied it up, so.
And you can see, as I was saying, they like that downfield game. They've been looking for the shot, maybe not going downfield as much today, but when they do it, they capitalize.
Yeah. I'm still in awe about that huck. That was beautiful, just getting it and then immediately going and being in that power position for it.
Be curious to see what Nepean comes out. Are they going to change their mindset as Bowmanville did, switch their defense? They switched their offense to go more vertical. I wonder if Nepean's going to stick with what they did to jump out to an early lead, or are they going to start to rethink the rinks and try some different things?
Yeah, I'm very curious. What would you do if you were Nepean right now?
If I was Nepean, I would actually continue with what we've been doing, only because I see the line that's on the field. Having said that, I also see one different body. As I say that, a few people are now walking off the field. Timeout called. The line that they did have out there, I think, was 6 of the 7 normal suspects, and I see that there was a different gentleman added to the line that added some height.
Yeah,
so now it makes me wonder, are they going to try something different? I would try one more point because the line of 7 was mostly consistent with what they've had. Try and play the short game, work it, and see what Bowmanville comes out with.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's been working for them, so.
What I would say is if Bowmanville does come out in person defense that has changed the tide, I would ask Lumley and Fletcher and the people in the backfield to be more active and not be afraid to go upfield. They've been restraining themselves to staying in the backfield as resets. Don't be afraid for a handler strike. Lumley looks like he's pretty fast and could be downfield. He's a tall guy.
Yeah, I mean, and we also saw that in a lot of the games yesterday where we did see handlers striking and kind of causing confusion for their defense.
Pull is up. Nice high floating pull, but it will turn out a play. Yes, not as far as I thought it was going to. It was only about a yard out of play, but
yeah.
So we have Lumley and Fletcher in the backfield with Watson. And again, if it's not person defense, we are back to zone. So I'd say keep doing what you were doing.
All 3 strong handlers.
You could also stretch a deep cut to take out number 24 from Bowmanville, who is a very tall, deep defender. Stretch them out and then try and dump something over the cup.
Oh.
Shakalar again.
15 again, yeah.
It was a good read on that pass. Going for the end zone.
Oh, wow.
Big layout and signaled as a goal.
That was incredible. Another. Hopefully he's okay. I see him not getting up, but
Yeah,
probably just winded from that.
hopefully just
landing.
winded. He twisted a little on shoulder first, maybe on impact. So hopefully nothing major.
Yeah, I mean, that was an
Yeah.
amazing grab. They needed that and keeping the energy up, but I still see him on the ground. So hopefully just needs.
Yeah, definitely
A
winded.
few.
It looks like he's just laying back to catch his breath.
Yeah.
5-4 for Bowmanville.
Yeah, I mean a huge comeback. They were down and I could see their energy depreciating, but they brought it back. And this is the team that I saw play yesterday with heads high.
So there is some time for Nepan to chat now. You had asked me what I would do, and after seeing that and going down 5-4, I would have said take a timeout.
Yeah.
Start to have a chat, rethink. Maybe you have to change strategy. Again, get some people downfield, stretch the deep to open up the middle so you can pop over the cup. The wind isn't there. Pretty confident handlers, I would say, in Lumley and Fletcher. And, they can probably pop it over the middle, but if you don't take the deep defender away, you're not going to have that option.
Yeah, and then I see them getting stuck on the sideline quite a bit. So how they can counter that and change it.
And from Bowmanville's point of view, we can see that they switch back to zone again. So they did flip to person defense for 2-3 points just to give a different look. It was successful, but they didn't stay with it. They went back. We can see a couple of players here from Bowmanville getting photos of their raspberries. The two Layout brothers from the last couple of points have got some major raspberries and torn some skin off on the turf here.
Yeah, I mean, great effort by them to keep it alive and keep it going. I mean, to see that at such a young age and putting your body on the line, and it's incredible to watch. And we actually got to see that layout. I mean, I didn't get to see the first one, so it was incredible effort.
It's a good thing that he was actually in the end zone on that last point, being winded. If you were like a foot short of that end zone, how demoralizing for the player. I want the glory of that goal. So it's a relatively quick half. I mean, it's always 5 minutes, but
yeah,
by the time we sort of got the players up and healthy and back to their benches, I believe I heard the observers just yell that there was 2 minutes left. It's an entertaining first half. Nepan goes out to a big lead. You can hear Bowmanville probably cheering in the background. They are certainly high spirits now that they've grabbed the lead again. All smiles. They had a 15-minute period maybe where they were a little down on themselves, falling behind early. I
mean, I don't know. Like those two huge layouts brought so much energy back into their team, and it's amazing.
So I see the observer signaling it's 4 women to start. Well, we have a couple of minutes as well. I'll do my Ultimate Canada bit. On June 8th is the Art Hawkins Great Canadian Ultimate game. So a coast-to-coast game, different times for different cities with a cumulative score at the end. Check the Ultimate Canada website for more details, but if you're interested in playing in your community, you can either join a game that's already scheduled, or you might be able to start up and be a leader in your community to run one of the branches of the games. But always a great event every year.
Awesome.
Can see Coach LP Blue checking his pulse after a few big layouts. He must have his pulse racing right now. His team is fired up. We should also shout out B Ultimate here.
Yes.
Almost sold out yesterday, so they almost got Sunday off just because of no merchandise here. It was a run on merchandise yesterday. Discraft discs as well. We don't play with anything but Discraft.
They are the best.
Observer explaining a couple of rules down there. I think showing how they count time. Now giving the signal to be on the line.
Yeah. And we have Bowmanville pulling. Beautiful pull.
Excellent pull.
Yeah.
Lumley casually walks up to catch that. Nepean stringing together 3-4 quick passes already at half field.
Yeah, quickly moving it up.
Through the cup. I think that's probably something that they talked about at halftime was you can't hold the disc. Don't let the cup set up.
Yeah, when you get it off of that pull, immediately move and get some yards, especially if a zone's about to be thrown on you.
Can see it's slowed down a little bit now. On the far sideline, they're going to have to go through that cup, maybe over it.
Good shot through the cup, though, and then back.
Fletcher's done a nice job all day.
And again, keeping that zone on, even though they're right by the end zone line.
Can see Lumley started his cut a couple of times. Fletcher turned and gave him a half-second look, so he started his juke,
Yeah.
and then the handler looked away and didn't use him.
That is a goal called in by observers.
So good job from Nepean. Whatever they talked about at half, which I assume was don't hold the disc and move the disc quickly so the defense has to react, clearly works. That was a pretty smooth point for them.
Yeah, I mean, just being super quick with it and moving it immediately, tiring out their zone. It worked. So we are tied up again.
So doing what you're supposed to do, score when you get the disc. Nepean taking a moment to think about their line here. Seems like they're milling about. Not sure who they want on. Here we go. Nepean seems to be putting out 6 of the usual suspects and has 1 new taller body on. Now they're going to play some D, so that makes me think maybe they're going to play zone and we have a deep defender sighting here.
Yeah, they want to get that lead back again. So
I believe that's Callie Abaus that's going to pull from the looks of it. So
yes,
gender pull in this tournament for those that haven't been watching.
Yeah, they called offside, the observer. I think they're, yeah, offside called. I don't think Nepean knows yet.
So it's a brick take for Bowmanville. They walk it up and initiate play. And of course, zone coming out from Nepean. So just what we expected.
Yeah, I mean, different people in the zone this time, so.
Yeah, the player that came on that I thought might be the deep defender is now the tall mark, basically. So maybe trying to block that vision and stifle the handlers now for Bowmanville. Big bid.
Let's see what observers call.
I hear down calls on the sideline, and it is down on the field as well. So Lumley again, middle of the field. We've got a stack in the end zone. Disc is centered.
Yeah, the disc back in the middle, looking for a quick reset.
Bouse with the disc, gives it to Lumley. There's the break throw.
Not in
just
quite
in front
yet.
of the end zone. And there's the goal.
61 caught that for the goal. And Dobson, way to be there and reading where that disc is going.
Nice break throw from Lumley.
Yeah.
Ended up being just short of the end zone, but it's all right. Give someone else the assist. 6-5, I believe now, if I haven't lost count.
Yeah, so Nepean takes the lead back, and that's what they wanted.
So Nepean, 2 quick ones coming out of half. Just like at the start of the game, they had a couple quick ones on the board, maybe 4 quick ones if I recall. So maybe Nepean just needs extended breaks. They come out of the gates hard when they have a 4 or 5, 6 minute break. Can see Coach Fats running up and down the sideline for Nepean, rallying the troops as well. And again, that is a PHAT.
Yes.
I didn't ask where the nickname came from, but I will go with it.
Big pull. Stop the roll. Like we're saying, immediately picking it up and swinging, gaining a couple yards.
They've got someone stretching the disc. Stretching the field so
Yes.
that they can open up some disc space. That only took 5 seconds to echo in my ear.
Yeah.
Excellent D.
That's what they wanted. They wanted to stretch it, and a timeout called by Nepan.
Yeah, it was 13 Stolarek that was stretching the D, and I'm having flashbacks to last year because I'm 99% sure that she was in a similar role last year, but she ended up catching a ton, and she was one of their most impactful players. So maybe going back to a little bit of strategy from previous years. So timeout called. Thought I saw some water bottle diagrams going on, but maybe it was just dropping the water bottles for the team.
I was about to say the same. What are they planning now? But great defense.
Yeah, and from Bowmanville, again, no reason to be worried yet. You came back from a bigger deficit in the first half and fairly quickly at that. So, I mean, they can easily strike for 1 or 2 quick wins.
Yeah, it's anyone's game still for sure. It's been tight, but both teams playing really well and putting in that effort. You can tell that they both really want it. So, and it looks like it's going to be man defense again.
It worked. That's what got them back into it in the first
half.
So they're confident, probably running this type of defense. Coach Blouin keeping a close eye on things here in front.
Wow.
And there's Stolarek 22. So impactful.
A huge run through D for that, and that's not even her first of the game. So we've been seeing that, and it's obviously consistent for her.
Right over top in the middle of the field. Got to tighten that up for Nepean. They can't be allowing those types of throws if they want to sustain this lead.
Yeah, lots of crashing through the cup.
And going deep, big put. That's going to be tight to the back line. Huge grab. In.
And a goal.
What a sky for that point. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was number 3 who had the huge layout in the same end zone in the first half. Have to double check when he
Crawford
comes
again
off,
if that's it. But yeah, I mean, regardless, he's been such a key player for their team this game, and I'm sure the whole tournament so far.
I haven't seen a player get up that high in a long time. That is some athleticism to bring that goal down. I honestly thought that was out the back of the end zone on release of the throw.
Great effort. And again, like these players at such a young age being able to put in that effort and get those results is the future's bright. And now we're at a tied game once again, so we'll see.
Just heard Coach Blouin again as he was passing one of the players who had his head down for the turnover. He said, "Did we get it back? Then forget about it. You can't have a memory in this game. You have to have like 10 seconds and then you're done."
Yeah, I mean, props to all the coaches putting in their time and effort to coach these young kids. I mean, great ultimate, super impactful for their future.
Yeah, especially, I mean, at any age, but at this age, you can't harp on your mistakes. You're going to make a mistake. Everybody does. So great bit of coaching there. Just forget about it. Go and play the game. Let it flow. Be natural.
And they are playing a man defense, so kind of confused the Nepean team for a little bit. Again,
Stolarek.
A huge run through D, but just miscalculated that throw there.
She keeps collecting Ds like that. It's all right if you have a mistake on the offensive end. You're going to get it back. You have supreme confidence in your defense.
Yeah, like I was saying, Nepean was a little confused with the defense because they thought it was going to be a zone. They had all their handlers back, but they didn't end up needing them. But
Finlay with the disc. Big fake on the over-the-top throw. Don't know if you want to fake over the top with Crawford. He clearly has
No.
ups. He might actually just block a hammer.
I mean, some great matchups on this point. I mean, look at the height and very similar.
Right in the middle of the
skills.
field. Number 4 for Nepean, number 3 for Bowmanville.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a tasty matchup. Both tall, athletic players. Good second effort. Almost got that back.
yeah.
Bowmanville just over half field.
They're looking end zone. And a drop, unfortunately.
Don't know if you want to challenge Lumley in the corner of the end zone like that.
Yeah.
He's pretty tall and mobile. You know, the receiver did get his hands on it, but Lumley still was contesting it. It's Finlay again.
Wow. Oh,
Get a foul called. Don't know who that was, but not afraid to get on the turf. Not contesting the
11
foul call
again.
as well.
Watson been such a key player with that one layout. Goal in the end zone, but just his defense and cuts.
You can see Bowmanville seems to have a little pep in their step with the finish of the first half. Zikovitz with the disc. I couldn't see what happened.
Must have been a good block, I think.
Maybe a foot block or something. I couldn't see because of the bench as well, just our angle. But either way, Bowmanville centers the disc.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. Missed on the initial layout and almost retains possession for the goal.
I mean, good effort to read that and know that it's coming back for you, but great effort.
Lumley again on the front of the goal. Dobson with the disc.
Some great defense from Averill. He is not letting those rounds go.
I guess they want some defense to be played, as you can hear.
I mean, a big cut.
Going deep, separation.
And
looks like it's staying in.
Wow,
excellent
what a
grab.
What a grab, yeah. I mean,
one-handed grab on the tail edge.
Good I wasn't so sure if he was going to get it, but he put those legs to work and really boosted it, and he got it.
It was a good job from the handler. I wasn't sure that was going to stay in play, but it actually curled and gave him a couple of yards of separation from the sideline, so he didn't have to focus on his footwork. He could focus on the catch.
And he had time away from his defender. I mean, it was the right move to just strike and go.
So clearly Nepean doesn't mind going with the vertical game if it's open. That was a great time on the strike. Excellent separation. It's not their go-to style of play, but
yeah, but being able to read that and know that you have that person going deep for you and being again on this sideline and have that power position to put it.
5 minutes to hard cap. We hear from our observer. This game has flown by. The entertainment value. It's been an awesome game. Both teams playing so well.
Exactly. Nepean again with the lead. It is 7-6. So tight game.
We have our photography crew out here, so you'll probably see some great photos of this game and other games in this tournament, but check. You can hear the observer. We're pretty close. Just wanted to pause to let him say what he's going to say. We'll have some good photos, I'm sure, posted on the Ultimate Canada website and on our socials.
Yeah, so for sure.
Hopefully there's a couple of those layouts. Those were fantastic.
I hope he got those. Those are incredible. Just a bit of confusion with the gender ratio again, but looks like they've sorted it out now.
This Bowmanville team has some height. You look out at the line and they're just so tall. I mean, they're just beside us here. You look down the bench, they're so tall.
Yes. they've got that height advantage over Nepean for sure. There's a couple taller players on Nepean, but
Yeah, for the whole roster,
yeah,
Bowmanville. I'm surprised they haven't tried to isolate and use their height. I said earlier, number 22
yeah,
could be isolated in the end zone. She has the height advantage over
definitely.
every Nepean player, so could be doing that.
That pole was right on the sideline, but they weren't able to get down there fast enough to trap it.
Bowmanville moving the disc.
Yeah, some
Big swings,
fast
cross
movement.
field. Excellent job from Fletcher. And the interception, just as I say, he actually peeled down and
Fletcher.
took away the give-go cut and then retreated for that interception. Excellent read of the play.
Nepean being patient. Not sure. And that's a goal.
That's a goal.
I believe that was number 6. Again, Fletcher. I mean, I think
Double
did he get that?
happiness.
Yeah,
He
did
got
he get
the
that
D.
D as well? Yeah.
So if he did indeed catch that, again, I'm blocked out from the bench, but double happiness for Fletcher if he did catch it.
Yeah.
So that's a 2-point lead for Nepean. You can hear the coaches from Bowmanville. They know the time is 4 minutes roughly. They're very aware of that. They're trying to get the line on as quick as they can.
Yeah, they need to move fast if they want to try and catch up with Nepean. I mean, that's 2 points they got to get in 4 minutes. So let's see if they can do it to tie it up.
Given the offensive style they like to play, they can hang some points on the board quick. So they're not out of it even with 4 minutes left.
And we'll see if they'll be wanting to strike deep again and see if that works just to get those points in fast.
So I will go back for a moment. Fletcher on that defense. There was a give-go from the center handler, swung it to the sideline, tried to go up line. Fletcher, as the mid actually pinched down and took away that return pass. And as they tried to throw to his spot, he retreated and made that interception. That was such a brilliant read on both fronts to take away the initial pass and retreat to make the interception.
Yeah, he's been an incredible player this game, and I'm sure in general. So it was a great pull, and you can really see their cup pushing and running down there to get there.
And it's smart from Nepean's point of view to play the zone. You're up 2. If you can just slow the game down, burn the clock with a few minutes left, make them pass it 30, 40 times, that's going to win you the game just as much as anything else at this point.
Definitely. Just breaking through that cup and getting through the players for that strike. A huge D.
So that was great for Bowmanville. They got power position. They got the look they wanted.
Yes.
Great defense from Lumley, and he seconded it to make sure that the player could not catch it.
Yeah, just you can't put it when he's in that space because you know he's going to get it. But
So
good look.
If you're Nepean now, retain possession. Burn the like 3 minutes or so that's left in the game. If you can just pass, swing. If you do get stuck on a high stall count, get yardage. Make them go the whole field.
Yeah, I think they're confused again because, wow.
What a
Fletcher
grab
again.
Fletcher. Partial hand block. It fluttered the disc. What a bit of handwork there. Hands. And there's the deep shot. So that for Nepean, that's not the worst play. You've gained yardage. The clock is your friend right now.
Yeah.
So even if you don't catch it, there is a call. But even if Bowmanville gets the disc and there's no contest, they have to go the whole field.
Exactly. I think, and Nepean's definitely recognizing that there's that time left and they need to use it to their best of their advantage and keep possession. And even if you get, like you said, get it down there, they still have to work their way up the whole field again. So
yeah, I don't believe that's the matchup they would take earlier in the game because that was a 50-50 sky battle basically.
Yeah.
So, but at this point in the game, again, you don't mind that. So Nepean working it down the sideline.
Yeah, they're being patient.
Nice cut from Fleming. She's got a little work to do to get it off the sideline. Excellent job.
Wow.
Overlapping cuts.
Yeah.
Someone caught it. That's the main thing.
Exactly. Fletcher has it now. He wanted that up line. They're
Lumley
just on the
at the front of the
doorstep.
end zone.
And that is a goal.
Nepan punches that in. I saw the defender go flying by on a bid to try and save their tournament, I should say, not season.
Yeah. I mean, they put in that effort the whole game. I mean, it was incredible to watch. That was a super exciting game, and they wanted that, and they got it.
Yeah, as you said, fantastic game. We saw both teams make adjustments on the fly, change their strategy, try different defenses, try different offenses. That's a great coaching game. That was a great game for the players.
Yeah.
Entertainment all around for our viewers.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone watching enjoyed that. That was incredible. All those bids, those Ds, those layouts. It was being here and watching that is incredible, and see that talent so young. Wow, we have a bright future.
So we'll say congratulations to Nepean for this game. We're going to take a break, but we are doing 2 more games today. So we will see you later in the day. We'll have semis and we'll have finals. If it can live up to this, we're in for a great end to our day. So thank you very much for joining, and tune in later this afternoon.